Well, here's my latest acquisition for the princely sum of free, an Ensoniq VFX. Now this guy popped up on the local arcade forum saying he had one of these to give away. I'm not really sure where he got it from, but he didn't have an amp or headphones to test it. The buttons are all popped out, which is a bit strange, but I do actually have those. He had those in a little box, so I'm not sure why they're out or if there's any damage inside which meant they were loose, but I could at least have some attempt at putting those back in. It doesn't actually work when you turn it on. It's fairly standard error apparently for these. Low battery voltage, fairly common. Hit continue, calibrating keyboard, calibration failure. So that apparently is due to a very common problem with a bad connection between the upper and lower, what's called the coil boards on the keyboard, according to a very quick Google. So I'm not overly concerned about that either. If you click ignore, apparently it disables all the keys anyway, so even with an amplifier connected, it's absolutely silent. But again, that is apparently normal. So I've taken out the two screws at this end and the two at the other, and it is just a very stiff mechanism, but it does open up quite well. And the battery's there, no corrosion. Slightly surprised to see a Motorola 68000 processor in there. Not sure why I was surprised really, considering the vintage 1989. So, next step for this is to undo all the bolts to drop the keyboard out and take a look at that joint between the two boards. And I'll probably will whip that out as well and put a little battery holder in there and reinitialize the synth. So, aside from the buttons, which look like it could be fairly tricky to get them back in, this could be a fairly simple repair, and I will probably learn to regret that statement, famous last words and all that. But yeah, inside it looks pretty good. No sign of any dampness, dirt. The keys are a little bit yellowed, but not too worried about that. All in all, pretty mint. Now this is the VFX, which was the very first one in the series. The later model had a floppy drive in here, which I presume I can't just add a floppy drive. I'm guessing there's going to be some circuitry PCBs missing that I'd need. But all good, and for the price of $0, I really can't complain.